Most Jets fans agree that Joe Douglas went out there and had himself one hell of an offseason. He bought all the groceries necessary for a 5-star meal. And so now I believe that the pressure is on this coaching staff to take this team to new heights. Let's go ahead and let's get after it. What's going on, Jets fans? My name is John, and welcome to Jets Today. Before I get into the video, if I could get you to please jet up that like button, and if you're new here and you enjoy the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. So I'm not sitting here suggesting to you that if the Jets don't make the playoffs in 2022, that they should fire the coaching staff. That's certainly not the case. There is definitely scenarios where the Jets could win, 6, 7, 8 games, and it's a very highly successful season. But I want the emphasis of this video to not necessarily be about the wins and losses, but more or less the product on the football field. And I feel very strongly that our coaching staff is going to be a big deciding factor on how that's going to play out. So one of the more obvious things that we're going to all be looking for out of this coaching staff is Zach Wilson's development. And I place so much of his development and so much of the pressure that comes with that on the coaching staff. Zach Wilson not taking a big step in year 2, I think is a failed, it's a failure by our coaches. It wouldn't necessarily be an indictment on Zach Wilson because he's certainly putting in the work and he certainly wants to be a great football player based on just what we're seeing this offseason. He's putting in the time. He's working out with his teammates. So I think that if our coaching staff is as good as I expect it to be, and again, I do have full confidence in our coaching staff, they need to teach this kid how to execute the offense at a very, very high level, and they need to be able to coach him to make better decisions on the football field. And again, with proper coaching, these are things that you should see from year 1 to year 2, from year 2 to year 3, improve every single year. Much like the offense, the defense needs to take a big step forward in 2022. And honestly, it doesn't get any worse than giving up the most points in the National Football League. And that's what that Jets defense did in 2021. You look at all of the players that they added, and they went berserk, adding to the secondary, adding to the defensive line. They add in DJ Reed, that one of the top cornerbacks in the National Football League, according to most analytics. He was fantastic, and they add him to the secondary along with 4th overall draft pick Sauce Gardner, safety Jordan Whitehead, one of the really, really most versatile players that you will find in the NFL. He played all over the place on that Bucs defense. We're bringing him in, and then a number of players were added to that defensive line. Jermaine Johnson, Michael Clemens in the draft. You go to the veteran free agent market, you add in Vinny Curry, re-sign Vinny Curry. You bring in Jacob Martin from the Houston Texans. You get in Solomon Thomas from the 49ers. There's some familiarity there with the scheme and the coaches. So Jeff Ulbrich, and again, this is the emphasis, is him putting all of this together and making it freaking work. No excuses. The defense has to play better. And honestly, there needs to be less penalties on the defensive side of the football. And as a team overall, we need to commit less penalties, but specifically on the defense, they need to be playing smarter and committing less penalties. And now ultimately, Robert Saleh, there's certainly going to be some expectations for Robert Saleh to take another step from year 1 to year 2 as a head coach. And there are a couple of things that I'm going to be looking for. Number 1, no more embarrassing, bury your head in the sand losses. I don't want to see Jets at New England from 2021. I don't want to see Jets at Colts from 2021. I don't want to see us getting shut out in football games like we did versus the Denver Broncos last year. Nothing that's embarrassing. That cannot happen. It's not allowed. You got to make sure that you are preparing the team and making adjustments. And that's another part of Saleh that's got to improve. There were many games where we entered the football game and it didn't seem like the team was prepared. And I think that a lot of this is going to be Saleh not just preparing them for the game, but also being able to make adjustments on the fly And we saw that in some games. Saleh definitely made some adjustments and was able to get the team to play better in the second half. So as I said in the opener, there is a scenario where a 6-win season is a good season, because if Zach Wilson balls out and he just takes a humongous step forward, I don't really care how many wins they get. If we're losing in games where it's shootouts and our defense can make some big plays and Zach Wilson looks like he is the man, I'm cool with it. But overall, if I was trying to give you my expectations for wins and losses, sitting here in the month of May, I'm going to go ahead and say that we should be at that 7 to 8 win threshold. I think less than 7 wins, it starts to get a little bit murky, because what is the reason why you lost 11 football games? Another 10 plus loss season in a decade of, full of them. So I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. What are your expectations for this coaching staff? What are your expectations for wins and losses? I'm more than happy to talk about both of them. So leave me a comment. I will read and respond to all of them. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have an awesome day. Go Jets. And I'll see you guys next time.